Okay guys, so this is the first time I'm gonna cover Pokemon news for Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now, I know Koto leaks are supposed to be around the time, but right now, there are some Koto leaks that are probably fake, but they could probably be true. Now, the leaks that we got, most people are saying are fake, but I have seen some people say that it might be true, especially Candy Eevee, which you guys can see here, because she's done 2 videos on it, and coincidentally, the one day that she recorded one video where there was a set design, the very next day, they were fully colored and stuff, which it would take a long time to make a fake magazine cover if it's just one person on it. But she did find evidence that there were 3 other different drawings of said same designs. But we still don't know if these are real Koto scams or not. However, I will say that the fire starter, because I haven't seen anyone mention this, the fire starter is a fire bear. It is a bear, and it's a fire type, and it's a starter Pokemon. But what if I said we have seen this design before? Yes, you might be thinking, out of 700 Pokemon, we've seen this before? I don't remember seeing a fire bear. Correct! It's not a real Pokemon that you can physically catch. It is one of the alpha Pokemon. Now, which one? I would say more than likely it's based on Honoguma, the alpha fire starter of Gold and Silver. We had Kurusu, we had Honoguma, and we have Hippa. Now, really, this little bear fire starter, which is absolutely adorable, it does remind me of Honoguma, mostly because of the red in it, and it is a bear, and the name literally refers to it as a bear. And while some people believe that this alpha Pokemon, had gone in to create Teddiursa, which was introduced into the same generation, it doesn't mean they can't use the concept again. It's Game Freak's design, so they can use Pokemon in the past. In fact, we have seen it. In the same generation, we have seen an unnamed turtle that was released in 1997 in a cover of a magazine. And there was a few unnamed, there was a Tyranitar, an unnamed creature, and an unnamed turtle. The unnamed creature we believe to have been made into Hitmontop. And we see a likely beta version of Tyranitar, but we also see an unnamed turtle, and some of us suspect that it is actually Tortuga from Generation 5. So you could say they do use old designs, update them, and put them into newer generations. If this leak is real, I still have a strong feeling that it is a redesigned Honoguma and is being... And it's our fire starter, which more than likely pushes that Sun and Moon are a reboot of Gold and Silver. And if these are true, because I don't think I've seen confirmation of it, I'm not absolutely sure. Some people are saying that it's fake due to the broken Japanese that are in the said fakes. I'm not 100% sure, but if it is true and the starter is based on Honoguma, then it's gonna push the theory more and more that Sun and Moon is taking place on a continent that is directly east of Kalos, and that that this is pushing more the theory that it's a reboot of Gold and Silver, because, well, for one, Johto is directly east of Kanto, and you got to visit Kanto in Generation 2, which, if this is a true reboot of Gold and Silver, you get to go back to Kalos. How far? I'm not sure, but it'd be pretty... The game didn't take up that much space. Kalos took up a few gigabytes of the 8GB cartridge. So it'd be pretty alright to put in it'd be fine to put in Kalos in to go and rematch all those badges. Also, I'm also just realizing something in my head just as I say this, because you know how we can put how when Sun and Moon comes out, we'll be able to send our Pokemon from the Virtual Console versions of Red, Blue, and Yellow into Sun and Moon from the Pokemon Bank. You know what else also did that? Gold and Silver. It's connections! I'm so sorry if I'm not making sense. I'm excited because I just realized that this one starter Pokemon looks a lot like this alpha Pokemon, and I'm just making connections in my head. When I'm hyped for something, I tend to come up with so many things, but this is something I haven't seen people do, but also the fact that you can connect Generation 1 to 7, because 1 hasn't been connected to anything but Generation 2, and if we consider Generation 7 to be a reboot of Generation 2, it would make, again, that these are a reboot of Gold or Silver a lot more plausible. And if these scans are actually real, then we're dealing with my favorite generation of Pokemon here. That is all I had to say. I'm spazzing out right now because I'm excited because it might be real. I mean, I like the little grass starter. That's absolutely adorable. And I guess you could say that the water one, it's kinda maybe a little bit similar to Kurosu or Kurosu. Just because, I don't know, maybe, I mean, you could, some people are saying it could be maybe a little bit similar to Seal, Kurosu, but it has a tail. This thing has a tail. They're both blue primarily. I don't know. Maybe you guys can come up with a connection to Kurosu, but it can't be Hippa. Hippa cannot be the cross Pokemon because Hippa turned into Chikorita, and we know this for a fact. Or Happa, I mean. I keep saying Hippa. I'm sorry. I thought it was Hippa for some reason, but it's Happa. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's what happens when I am excited. Besides, again, we have known for Pokemon to be to be designed in one generation only to make an appearance further down the line. Another example besides Tortuga is Lediba. Lediba had a very early design back in Gen 2, and it made its appearance in Gen 3, I believe so. So it took one generation, while Tortuga took about 3-4 generations to come into existence. See, I'm so excited. The same could be said with Sheldos and Gastrodon, there was evidence in Generation 3, but they didn't make their full appearance as 2 separate characters in Generation 4. So, take it as you want. Game Freak has been known to take older created Pokemon and bring them back to life sometimes. Not all of them, but sometimes they do. It's a thing that happens, and I like the design here of this little fire bear. But again, I'm not sure if this is real, if this is fake, what. Take it with a pinch of salt, I suppose. If it turns out real, then yeah, that would be fantastic. I love Generation 2, I will admit that. But, yeah, I should probably end it here. I'm just spazzing so much! I need to calm down. Goodbye.